On the world news tonight, Rivers State Television set to operate direct satellite broadcasting nationwide. New grassroots leadership regional development forum flags of peace unity movement across 23 LGAs. Plus, Central Bank of Nigeria reduces waiver for macroeconomic stability. A very good evening and welcome to the Rstv World News. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. Do remember that Rivers State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take it to greater heights. This is a task you and I must accomplish. And also remember that you can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And now details of the news. Rivers Television can now operate direct satellite broadcasting services nationwide at the release of its license by the National Broadcasting Commission. Presenting the television broadcast license to the acting general manager of the station, Ambassador Paul Dangbo, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Communications, Dr. Anna Serawu said, the longer-awaited license opens opportunities to leverage terrestrial broadcasting as well as cable network broadcasting nationwide. Mavis Victor takes it from here.
Dr. Sirawo challenged staff to be abreast of laws guiding the broadcast of policies, programs, and events of both the government and private corporations and individuals in order not to lose it carelessly. The permanent secretary advised them to be diligent, disciplined, and work hard to attract public attention and patronage.
You are operating under Rivers State Broadcasting Corporation. Finally, now you are now super independent. You can now beat your chest. Yes, and you can now beat your chest. What you need to do now is just renewal. But at least we are getting the license.
Ambassador Paul thankfully pledged to work selflessly to justify the efforts put into the award of the license. He expressed delight over the turnout of staff at training and other engagements aimed at rejigging the station. The acting general manager highlighted equipment that have been and are being acquired to give the station not just a new look, but make it a go-to station east of the Niger. Mavis Victor, Rstv News.
A new phase in grassroots leadership and regional development has commenced with the formal inauguration of the concerned Rivers Chiefs for Peace and Development, an organization established to promote unity, peace, and sustainable progress across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State. Spokesperson of the group, Chief Ibimina Lennox, announced this while addressing newsmen in Port Harcourt. Nnamdi Olimuni reports.
The group has been officially registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission, granting it legal recognition as a corporate entity. The body is led by a council of respected traditional rulers serving as trustees. Their leadership reflects a strong blend of cultural authority, experience, and deep community ties. Key elements considered essential in addressing socioeconomic and security challenges within the state. Speaking during the press conference, the spokesperson of the group, Chief Ibimina Lennox, emphasized that the initiative comes at a critical time when many communities in Rivers State continue to grapple with issues such as youth unemployment, environmental degradation, and occasional conflicts within and between communities.
The body is led by a team of respected traditional rulers serving as trustees. Their collective leadership reflects a blend of experience, cultural authority, and grassroots connection. Key elements considered vital for addressing long-standing socioeconomic and security challenges in the region.
They noted that by uniting traditional leaders under a common platform, the organization aims to serve as a stabilizing force while advocating inclusive and people-oriented development policies. The group's core focus areas include conflict resolution, community engagement, and strategic collaboration with government and private sector stakeholders. It also seeks to promote peace-building initiatives, support local economic empowerment programs, and strengthen traditional institutions as key partners in governance.
The organization is expected to focus on conflict resolution, community engagement, collaboration with government and private sector actors. Its mandate also includes promoting peace building initiatives, supporting local economic empowerment programs, and strengthening traditional institutions in our state and beyond as partners in governance. The formal registration of such a body enhances credibility and operational capacity. The group can now enter into partnerships, attract funding, and implement programs with greater transparency and coordination henceforth.
With this formal registration, the organization is now positioned to build partnerships, attract funding, and implement development programs with improved transparency and coordination. The emergence of the concerned Rivers Chiefs for Peace and Development signals a renewed commitment by traditional leadership to play a more active and organized role in shaping a peaceful and prosperous future for communities across Rivers State. Nnamdi Olimini, Rstv News.
Now, senior citizens in Rivers State are calling for the domestication of extant laws on their rights, welfare and privileges, as well as government support to senior citizens through provision of medical and upkeep allowance. President of Rivers State Senior Citizens Forum and the King of Ogoniland, Her Majesty Georgina Tenalo, made the call when she led delegation of the forum to Rivers State Television to inform the management of her upcoming event in May and wishes of Rivers State Television to see collaboration from the television house. Melvin Jackson was there and now reports.
Queen Tenalo explained that the forum will carry out Age with Right campaign, Citizens Open Forum, and the collaboration with Rivers State Television and government at all levels in training and certification of caregivers and other domestic staff. She thanked Rivers State Television for the warm reception and appealed to Rivers State Television to spread the news across to relevant agencies to take prompt action for the establishment of senior citizens welfare unit and committee in the local government areas. According to her, the committee will work hand in hand with the organization to ensure a better, healthier, and longer life for senior citizens.
We have some rights. It may not be altogether human rights, but there are particular rights that are peculiar to senior citizens. And some of those rights are the rights to, let's start with the issue of accommodation. Some senior citizens, well, for the better part of their life have lived in government accommodation, working for government or working for their place of work, living in there. And when they retire, we expect that they are entitled to good housing when they leave job, because they have spent their youthful and useful years working for the system. And so it won't be out of place if we say, okay, these seniors who are now going home, not just a send-off party, but a retirement home.
The president noted that the forum will engage able and willing seniors in skills, training, and activities such as sports to keep them busy, healthy, and lively, adding that they will make an exchange visit for seniors within and outside the country, as she also requested for the establishment of Senior Citizens Center in line with the National Senior Citizens Law, which will house offices for staff, residency, and recreational area.
Any elderly person that has not identified with this group should do so. The young ones who hear of this group should encourage their parents and grandparents to identify with this group. Then they can be sure that, okay, they've started clearing their own path too.
Responding, Acting General Manager, Rivers State Television, Ambassador Paul Dangbo, who expressed gratitude to the seniors for choosing to collaborate with Rivers State Television, emphasized the need for the collaboration, stating that senior citizens have contributed their quota, paid their dues, which is why their voice should be heard. He promised to ensure that the message goes across to the relevant authorities for the forum to succeed so that the larger society will be happy.
So those things that will make life easy for our senior citizens, we need to continually, talk about it, campaign about it, so that those that are in position to do something will do. I believe seriously that there should be compulsory housing for retiring staff in the public service. An oil company, this is not a place where you think you will make money, but you feel this is the place you can, visit to amplify your voice. So it's something that shows her what you have upstairs. You are people of integrity, people who have paid their dues in the society, and I salute all of you.
The River State Senior Citizens Forum, established in 2020, aims to promote the concerns, welfare, and takes care of senior citizens in River State. It is therefore pertinent for all and sundry to support, encourage, and help senior citizens who have given their youthful and useful years to serve humanity. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Christian Association of Nigeria, Rivers State branch has debunked rumors making rounds that they unlawfully forced its former chairman, Most Reverend Dokiboiria Kaladokobo, out of office as unfounded, untrue, and baseless. Vice Chairman of the Apex Association of the Body of Christ, Reverend Moses Aja, said this as he led some families of the body to Rivers State Television on a live program, Stewardship with SNB. Melvin Jackson again reports.
Reverend Aja said the immediate past chairman of CAN, Most Right Reverend Dokiboiria Kaladokobo, was nominated by his family, Christian Council of Nigeria (CCN), as the most qualified and was accepted to lead the association, but has been retired since 2024, but refused to inform the association. The vice chairman said, according to the association's constitution, when a chairman on seat retires, he also vacates his office and allows his family to produce another person for replacement, noting that Kaladokobo was not fair to himself and the body of Christ as a true leader.
We are reversing that he's a revered man of God who has climbed to the highest point as Archbishop. Let him maintain his own integrity, because we are going to give account of our stewardship here on earth and the ministry we belong. Since the beginning, kingdom of God has been facing violence and we take it by force. So we should continue to pray, come together as a body for the propagation of the gospel of Jesus Christ.
Some family members of the association corroborated the vice chairman's position, enjoining Right Reverend Kaladokobo to respectfully and honorably leave, as CAN is not a personal business for him to run.
I was a part of the electoral committee. We elected him as the CAN chairman, and he should obey the constitution of CAN. Now he has retired, he should honorably step down. To show you that we are Christians, we went back to the family where we were choosing as CAN chairman, CCN, and get somebody to complete that tenure.
He retired in June 2024, and we in the Christian Council did not know. His family did not know. We had no knowledge of it. And when we were confronted by CAN that they found out that he had retired and asked us, of course we met, invited him to come and explain himself, tell us what happened. He presented letters to us to say that we showed that he was retired but was appointed a suffragan bishop pro bono just for him to occupy that position.
He cannot force himself to be the chairman. It's people that decided that he should be the chairman, and the same people decided that he should step aside because of this. And our take that he should just honorably step aside as a chairman.
Right Reverend Kaladokobo had earlier told the newsmen that he was forced out of his office when his tenure has not elapsed. Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Now, New Vision Educational Center Aleto in Eleme local government area of Rivers State has embarked on an educational excursion to Rstv Television in Port Harcourt. The head teacher, Udoka Sunday, reaffirmed the school's commitment to equipping pupils with the intellectual foundation required to become future professionals. Emmanuel Emeyono tells us more.
During the visit, the pupils were taken on a guided tour of key departments within the television station by Supriye Jaja, including the studio, newsroom, library, and engineering unit, among others. Speaking shortly after the tour, the head teacher Udoka Sunday expressed appreciation to the management of Rstv Television for the warm reception accorded to the pupils. She noted that the experience gained outside the traditional classroom setting would leave a lasting impression on the children as they grow, emphasizing the school's dedication to grooming future leaders for societal development. According to her, excursions form an integral part of the school's curricular activities, enabling pupils to acquire practical knowledge beyond their usual learning environment. She further maintained that New Vision Education Center remains one of the leading schools in the area, offering a conducive atmosphere for teaching and learning, supported by qualified teachers. She added that the safety and security of pupils remains the utmost priority of the school's management, ensuring that every child is well protected within the school environment.
The classroom, when they are learning the theory side of it, they don't see it, even when they are seeing the picture. Children have seen what has been going on in Rstv, not only in television, not only in the book. As we are here today, next time we still need to come to Rstv.
Some of the pupils who were interviewed shared their excitement and experiences from the visit.
I visited the newsroom where news are being produced, and I'm very happy. Visited the studio and I saw where newscasters they stay to read the news. I'm very happy to be in this environment, and I also love the place.
As part of extracurricular learning, parents and guardians have been encouraged to support and promote excursion activities as they play a vital role in enhancing children's intellectual development. Emmanuel Emenyon, Rstv News.
Catching them young. Now, Rivers State is a treasure base of the nation, so let's build and take it to greater heights. It is a task you and I must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And still to come on the world news, a landslide in Tanzania claims 20 lives as heavy rains continue in East Africa. And in sports, the Tigers add Indiana fever clash to U.S. star. Details shortly.
Rstv, your source for authentic coverage. US on
YouTube RSTVPH, Facebook RSTVPH, TikTok RSTVPH,
and GoTV at channel 142.
Omega Power Ministries, OPM Worldwide, presents 7 Sundays Deliverance titled
Summon them to the court of heaven. Are they fighting you for what God has given to you? Summon them to the court of heaven. Is there a wicked gang up against you? Summon them to the court of heaven. Are they attacking your children? Summon them to the court of heaven. Are they fighting against your miracle pregnancy? Summon them to the court of heaven. Are they spiritually blocking your marital breakthrough? Summon them to the court of heaven. Is there any sickness in your body that have refused to go? Summon that sickness to the court of heaven. When all that court fails, the court of heaven stands. Date:
Sunday 29th March, Sunday 5th April, Sunday 12th April, Sunday 19th April, and Sunday 26th April 2026.
Time 9 a.m. Venue: Dr. Jesus City.
4 p.m. Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining. balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
It's good to know you're still here. You're still watching the Rstv World News. Now, Nigeria's Ways and Means portfolio has crashed to 2.84 trillion naira, down from 26.95 trillion naira inherited by current administration. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Olayemi Kodoso, disclosed this at the Monetary Policy Forum themed Strengthening Nigeria's Macroeconomic Stability Through Effective Monetary Policy, the role of critical stakeholders in Abuja. According to him, his team inherited various challenges but decided to tackle them head-on, expressing satisfaction at the outcomes of the reforms. The West African Examinations Council WAEC has officially released the results of the computer-based West African Senior School Certificate Examination CBWASC for private candidates 2026 first series. In a statement shared on X, WAEC said candidates can access the results within the next 12 hours. The council highlighted that the timely release reflects its commitment to improved service delivery through technology and efficient examination processes. And on the foreign scene now, at least 20 people have been killed in landslides in southern Tanzania after days of intense rainfall as extreme weather continues to batter parts of East Africa. Local officials say the disaster struck in the Mbeya region where heavy rain and strong winds triggered landslides that swept through homes. Authorities in Rungwe district confirmed the deaths, including that of a young child, and warned the toll could rise. Now, the U.S. Treasury Department has announced that Donald Trump is set to become the first sitting president to have his signature on U.S. Trump's signature will appear alongside Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, an unprecedented move that the department said would mark America's 250th anniversary. According to the report, it is the latest move by the administration to associate Trump's name with a range of government programs and public buildings. The first $100 bill with the signatures of Trump and Bessent will be printed in June, with others to follow. And now sports. Principal of Community Junior Secondary School Obete Ndoki in Oyibo local government area of Rivers State, Amechi Ifeanyi, has identified lack of befitting learning classrooms, lack of teachers and office space as major challenges of academic and physical flow of activities at the school. He was speaking at the 10th annual inter-house sports competition of the school. Ogboka Umeda tells us more.
The school principal, who described sports as a veritable tool for physical and mental alertness, however, enumerated sports equipment that will nurture students to stardom as lacking in the school. He further said lack of school bus and non-posting of core members have impeded academic growth of the school. Mr. Amechi Ifeanyi appealed to the state government and spirited individuals to come to the aid of the school.
The structure of the school are nothing to write home about. The classrooms, the chalkboard, the chairs. We have no chairs. Children are sitting on the ground to write. That is one of our challenges. So we need the government to come to our aid.
Also speaking, the Assistant Paramount Chief of Obete Ndoki, Chief Sunday Ephraim, lamented that since the inception of the school 25 years ago, the school is yet to receive infrastructural grants from government despite numerous appeals. Chief Ephraim, on behalf of the chiefs and community leaders, joined forces with management of the school to appeal to the state government for assistance. He congratulated the overall winner of the inter-house sports and participating houses for their active participation, noting that sports is part of curricular activities of the school.
Education, which we cannot overlook, because there are a lot of benefits which they will derive from the sports, mainly the participants, because it helps to develop the mental alertness of the participants. And the spirit of sportsmanship has been developed and teamwork. So they should be serious. Because some of the people today in Nigeria who are celebrated, mainly in the area of sports, started gradually like this. For those who show passion and commitment.
4 houses of red, yellow, white and green participated in the march past, relay, 100 and 200 meters race. At the end of the competition, Red House emerged winner, followed by Green House, while White House went home with consolation prize. Ogboka Umeda, Rstv News.
And still on sports, the Nigeria women's basketball team, the Tigers, have expanded their upcoming United States tour with the addition of a high-profile pre-season clash against Indiana Fever as preparations intensify ahead of the 2026 FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup. The latest fixture, confirmed by both Nigeria and the WNBA franchise, will take place on May 2nd, 2026 at the Gainbridge Field House in Indianapolis, adding another major test for the African champions during their tour. Team Nigeria's national basketball team made the announcement on X while highlighting the sequence of fixtures across the multiple cities. Now, the final home call of a virtuous and dedicated woman leader, late Deaconess Mercy Wogate of Bara Compound in Lubara Town, Kenkana, in Kana local government area of Rivers State, comes up tomorrow at 9 a.m. Mavis Victor has the details.
A statement signed by the Chief Mourner, CSP Innocent Wugate, on behalf of the family said the funeral ceremony will take place on Saturday, March 28th, with the movement of the body from Otaije Mortuary to her hometown, Lubara community at 7 a.m. Funeral service is to be conducted by Assemblies of God, Eastern Rivers District, followed by interment immediately at her husband's compound at Bara in Lubara town. According to the statement, a Thanksgiving service comes up at Assemblies of God Church, Lubara, on Sunday at 9 a.m. Late Mrs. Bugate was a devout Christian and a hardworking entrepreneur who lived a selfless lifestyle. She is survived by many children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and numerous relations, including her nephew, who is the acting general manager of Rivers State Television, Pastor Paul Dambo. May her soul rest in peace. Mavis Victor, Rstv News.
And may the soul of the departed rest in peace. Now, always remember that Rivers State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task you and I must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at RSTVPH. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And here are the closing highlights. Before we go, let's take a look at some of our major stories. Rivers State Television is set to operate direct satellite broadcasting services nationwide at the release of its license by the National Broadcasting Commission. A new phase in grassroots leadership and regional development commenced with the formal inauguration of the concerned Rivers Chiefs for Peace and Development, an organization established to promote unity, peace, and sustainable progress across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State. We had reported that the Central Bank of Nigeria reduced Nigeria's Ways and Means portfolio to 2.84 trillion naira, down from 26.95 trillion naira inherited by current administration. And that's the news. Thanks for watching. My name is Emily Tari Mbero. You have an amazing night rest.